Another chance.
All right, come on.
Chance. Can you give me another chance?
I said, come on.
Oh.
Hey, stop.
Give me some booty. Go on.
I said, stop. Come on.
Okay.
Take the center stage, please.
Okay.
It's been about 5 days.
Hi, guys.
What's up?
Hey.
Hey.
Hey. So, in this video, we just wanted to talk about how we plan on raising our child. Now, this is not, as you would say, a black and white. Some situations may arise that we don't always have the answer, but we just want to give you guys kind of like a foundation. We saw that our video about our child's, our plans for our child's future, a lot of you guys like that, so we're making something similar to that.
Right.
So, I guess I'll start off.
Do the honors.
One of the things was religion. Both of us.
Controversial.
Oh no, we're not gonna get into that.
We're gonna get into it, but go ahead.
Not too deep. One of the things that, well, I feel like that's forced on a lot of black families or black children is religion, whether that be Christianity, Islam. I think that's the word for Muslim. Jehovah Witness, whatever the case may be. Our families don't really give us a choice, and if we choose to not be religious, they act like being an atheist is a bad thing or being spiritual is a bad thing. Like, they expect us to believe in Jesus and be going to church and all of that stuff. But so, me personally, I don't want to force religion on Junior, and I want to give him a choice and let him decide what he wants to do, because I feel like a lot of kids are just religious today as adults because religion was forced on them and that's all they know, you know?
Yeah, I agree. I want to do the same thing.
Sorry.
Yeah, all too often, like, we get people every other month, it seems like, every month saying, hey, when are you going to baptize your son? Or, like, for Easter, do you want to take your son to church? Do you want to do this and do that when it comes to religion? Now, I've always said I'm more spiritual than religious. Yeah. Like, of course, I believe in that. I believe in a higher power, right? It's a higher power out there that's governing all these things on here we call Earth, right? All these things on Earth, right? Earth. Like, it's a higher power, and that's exactly what I want to teach him, that you still want to have a moral compass, right? You want to believe in something. But much like a lot of you guys said, oh, well, with the circumcision, you should give him a choice to do it or not. Remember on our other video, people were saying that, oh, you should just give him a choice on whether or not he wants to be circumcised or not. Well, I believe in with the religion stuff, we should give him a choice. Like, don't get me wrong. I want to let him know, okay, it's cool to believe in something. It's cool to, believe in something. Whether that, if he gravitates to one, like, to become a Christian or a Muslim, whatever that may be, that's cool. But I feel like, just like she said, we force, like, especially in the black family, it's always Christianity. Back in the day with a lot of my African friends, it's always, Christianity and becoming a Muslim. And you don't gotta always devote your life to a certain religion cause in order to live your life the right way. I feel like some people like become a Christian or a Muslim or, do all those different things because they feel like, oh, once I do this, then I can start living my life right or something like that. When in reality, you don't need to necessarily join a religion to live your life right. Just live your life right and be a good human being. And that's what I'm going to teach him first. That's what we're going to teach him first. And then second, if he wants to adopt the viewpoints of a Christian, a Muslim, or any other religion out there, that will be his choice, but we're not forcing it on him.
Right. Very well said. You wanted to...
Oh, you can go.
The second one?
You can do it.
The second one was... We also talked about this earlier today. Like, he was saying that... Well, Papa Bear was saying that his mom always taught him that when you go outside of this household, you represent me and pretty much all black people. Now, I don't know about all black people, but our families, we represent our parents.
Ghetto. Got DoorDash orders ringing and stuff.
We represent our parents when we go out in public, and that's another thing that we're gonna teach Junior is when you go out in public, go to school, wherever the case may be, or whatever the case may be, you better not be acting a fool because we raised you right. So
Yeah, that's very important. Whenever your child leaves the house, your front door, they are a reflection of you and your values and your morals, right? Um, so, like my mom used to tell me, don't act a fool in front of these people, because that makes me look bad. So, that's exactly what we're going to teach him, which is very simple. Don't make us look like a fool. Like, handle yourself with respect. You know, be nice to people. Just be a good, genuine human being, and we
right,
won't have any problems as far as him and us. You know what I'm saying?
right. Another thing, oh, excuse me, you want to take?
I was just about to say, like, another thing I want to teach him is not to be a liar. Your word is bond. When you say you're gonna do something, do it. Don't lie. You know what I'm saying? Don't. Oh, I'm about to do this and don't follow through. If you say you're gonna do something, then do it. If you tell somebody you're gonna do something, then you do it, because the only thing like that we have as men, right, is our name and our word.
Word is bond.
You know what I'm saying? So he needs to know the value of his name, because he is a junior and we don't get
Right.
down like that, like,
Right.
and that's exactly why him being a junior, I have to be a good role model, because he's going to look up to his father like, bruh, I'm carrying my father's name. Like, I have to be a good representation of the name so that he will actually want to be a good representation of his name. And that's the reason why you even name somebody a junior. Like, you want them to have pride with the name. That you want them to walk tall while carrying your name. And the only way they can do that is if you lead by example. All the things I want him to be and do, I have to do myself, so that he can see rather than hear. Sometimes it's important for somebody to see you leading by example rather than you just telling them, because sometimes,
Right.
especially I know as like a young a young man, bro, when people will tell me stuff, it'll go through one ear and out the other, especially if I felt like the person that was telling me or trying to give me some game or advice like wasn't even suitable to do that.
Yeah.
A lot of times we tend to give advice to our children, and it's not it doesn't seem right coming from us. Oh, you need to go get in shape, whereas you're not even in shape.
Right.
You need to graduate high school. You didn't even get a diploma, like stuff like that.
My oh,
Go ahead.
thank you. My only thing with that is because you're right. People naturally want to listen to people that they see have done the things that they're trying to advise others to do. However, there are parents and people that don't want you to make the same mistakes that they did. So
That's true.
that's why they give you that advice, because I've had adults tell me to do certain things and I'd be looking at them like, you didn't even take your own advice, but they are trying to tell us to do a certain thing because they didn't do it and they don't want to see us make that same mistake. But that was just
Yeah, I just
yeah.
feel like, don't get me wrong, just I agree with what she said, but it hits different when you actually have
Yeah.
done. It's like, don't talk about it, be about it. We've all heard that saying for years. It hits
Right.
different when your child sees that you're doing something or you've done what you are trying to tell them to do,
Right.
and it's like, I just know how I was as a young man. It's like,
Yeah.
if a person didn't do what they were trying to tell me to do, it's like in college, for instance. When I was in college, I used to hate when professors used to try to teach us how to be successful. I went to
Oh yeah.
fashion school, right? So, like, a professor trying to teach us how to have a collection on the Paris runway, or how to become millionaires, or just how to be a successful fashion designer, and none of them were. It's
Oh
like,
wow.
how are you gonna
That's
teach me
crazy.
something and you've never even done it before? Nobody knows who you are. Like, outside of this classroom, no one knows who you are. Celebrities don't know who you are. They have never worn your designs before. So you're literally just talking out your ass. You're trying to teach us something, and it's not, you haven't even lived it yet. So
Wow.
I want him to see that. I want Junior to see, oh, when daddy tells me to go exercise or to go work out, I see him running 5 miles every single morning. So, okay, or you need to get your high school diploma. Oh, he has his diploma right there, sitting right there on the shelf. Or son, you need to, you know, let's get more into entrepreneur. Let's start our own businesses. Oh, daddy has his
Entrepreneurship.
or entrepreneurship. Yeah, daddy has his own business already, so it is different, y'all. I'm not saying the people. I'm not saying if you didn't graduate high school that you can't tell your child to graduate high school, because it's a such thing as, hey, don't do what I did, do better than me.
Right.
So I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is just be a better example, the best example, so that when you tell your child something, whether that be a boy or a little girl, it's gonna hit different. It's gonna mean more.
Yeah, that's a good point. Leading by example. That's another thing we're gonna teach him.
Yeah.
Another one that I think is really good is communication, and that's in every aspect of the word. Because last night Junior had a bad day, or yesterday, the whole day he was like crying. He was fed, changed, like we would hold him, give him love, attention. And the moment we would send him down, I'm talking all day yesterday, he would just cry, scream
Yeah.
to the top of his lungs. So I want to teach him like oh, another thing is I told him like it's okay that you had a bad day. We're going to have a better day tomorrow. So I want to teach him that it's okay to be mad, upset, sad, whatever the case may be, which was in my household when we felt a certain way. I felt like my mom made it seem like it wasn't okay for us to feel that way if we were sad. Oh, get out of a pity pot. Or when you have when we had an attitude, instead of asking, oh, what's wrong? Why are you upset? Oh, I don't know why you're walking around with an attitude, and stuff like that, making us feel like it's not okay to have a bad day or be upset or be sad about something. So I want to teach Junior, about his emotions, and hey, son, why are you feeling this way? How can we help? Stuff like that. Healthy communication, which we didn't have growing up.
Yeah. Like, black people don't know how to communicate. I'm just gonna say that. Like, we have a few of us that know how to communicate. Even me, like, I'm gonna be 100. Like, sometimes I need to work on my communication.
Same.
Like, every black person needs to work on their communication. Like, we all know that.
Dang, everyone.
Like, I'm not even gonna front. Like, it's a lot of black people that follow this channel, so a lot of you guys know. You've probably grown up in a household where there have been arguments, like, that never got resolved, just unresolved conflicts in
Yeah.
our community. Whereas a simple conversation could have just deaded that whole thing. We got some
Yeah.
family members and some friends that we'll go years without talking to them over some petty shit.
Yeah.
Where we could have just literally had a simple conversation, deaded that whole thing, and
Right.
moved on.
Yeah.
Like, that's something that we need to work on as a community.
Yeah.
Like,
Definitely.
some of us can't even tell someone how we feel, like how much we love them. It's like crazy.
Oh yeah.
Another thing I want to teach Junior.
I was just thinking about to sock you in the head.
Another thing I want to teach Junior is you be saying crazy shit. Get over it. It's over.
No, it's funny.
Another thing I want to teach him is integrity,
Ooh, that's
because
a good one.
we have a young boy who's going to eventually turn into a young man, and all these different things amongst other things we're going to teach him, right? Because we ain't finna make this video too long. Integrity, like doing the right thing when nobody's watching, right? I think that's very important. Just having integrity, being a real one, leading by example. Because when you stay solid, no one's ever gonna have anything bad to say about you.
Right.
Like, I have yet to have any smut on my name. I don't think anyone can say anything bad about me because I never fucked anyone over. I've always had integrity. I've always tried to do the right thing when nobody was watching, whether that's for myself or in regards of other people. And I want him to be exactly like that,
Right.
Something simple. You see somebody drop some money on the floor, and you obviously seen that person drop it on the floor. Give it back. Don't just take it because you feel like you can. Don't just take it because you can get away with it. Like, I want him to think about stuff like that. Like, dang, like, let me do the right thing. Because, again, it's called a moral code, moral compass, right? You don't got to be involved in a religion to know how to do the right thing.
Right.
That's exactly what religion mostly is about. It's just teaching you how to be the best possible person that you can be, right? Morally, and just being the best human being that you can be. So, I want to definitely teach him that. Integrity.
That's a good one.
And if you add those together, being a man of your word, then having integrity,
Yeah.
it's like, come on now. You
Yeah.
can't go wrong.
That all goes together. Another thing, because I know you said you didn't want to go on forever, would be social skills. I think that's very important, and a lot of people lack that these days. And I don't know, our generation, we grew up having very good social skills. I don't know what's going on with the generation now.
Yeah, it's crazy.
With generations, but I think that's important for him to learn how to talk to people, because it's inevitable.
Right.
Anywhere you go in life, you're going to have to talk to people.
Yeah.
And we be seeing people with like social anxiety or just people that we'll try to talk to. I was just telling him the other day that I ran into somebody. I was taking the bus, and the bus driver was somebody I had a French class with my freshman year. And yeah, I was talking to him. I was like, "Hey, how are you doing? You look good, you know." And he was just sitting there staring at me. I was like, "Okay."
Yeah. To his defense, I don't think he remembered her.
But if he did, I would have said that. I would have been like, "Hey, I don't think I remember you," or something like that. He was just sitting there staring.
Yeah.
I'm like,
social skills are very important in this new day and age with all these social media platforms, and like people don't know how to talk to people. You know, we want to teach him to like, bruh. I'm gonna definitely teach him what my mom taught me, bruh. You bleed like I bleed. Like you shouldn't ever not cherish, but you shouldn't ever like envy or be scared to talk to another human being, whether that be females, whether that be dudes. Like approach anybody, and that's how I'm gonna teach. That's what we're gonna teach him. I don't care if it's a person that's a billionaire. That don't mean shit. Like you're a junior. You know, you got that name. Like he a millionaire. You might not have as much as money as he have, but hey, you got the gift of gab, and you can go approach him, and you can get what you want out of anybody.
Right.
Which leads me to the last thing I want to talk about is I want to teach him to be comfortable in the skin that he's in.
That's a good
right. Black is beautiful.
Confidence.
Right. Confidence. Like not even just being confident in him being black, but just being confident in who he is.
Right.
Like confidence is a major trait that one can have, and if you combine that with any other trait, like you would be a bad MF. So just being confident in the skin that he's in, knowing that, bro, like you come from a lineage that's powerful, that if you really tap into that spirit, bro, you can really do big things. Yeah. So whenever you feel like you're not worthy of something, you just think about where you come from, and that's exactly why I wanted him to be a junior. Because when he thinks about what his dad and his grandpa and where he comes from, and he starts hearing all those stories about his great grandpa and his uncles and all that, like he gonna be like, bro, like I gotta do something big. Aww. So that's the whole reason why you want to name somebody a junior, because they feel like they gotta live up to that name, which could be a good and a bad thing. But
yeah, LeBron's son.
Yeah, it just puts that extra pressure on them to be great. It just makes them feel like, bro, like I'm a Jones, you know what I'm saying? Like you can't F with me, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm that dude already. I've been that dude.
I want to be a Jones.
So you will be eventually. No, get off of me.
We were looking at
y'all. Yeah, we went to go look at some wedding rings because
those is some nice wedding rings.
She wears a 9.5, so maybe one of these good old days you guys can see the whole proposal video and see the ring and stuff like that. That'll be a cute video.
That would be very cute. Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, we don't got too many more minutes left. So.
Oh, is it about to die?
Yeah.
Oh, you was talking about okay, I want him to be better than our lineage.
Yeah, we got about 1 minute left.
You know, like you were saying about lineage and realizing like, hey, you're actually no, forget it. Next, what's the next thing? No, because I don't have a minute to talk about it. Okay, so yeah.
Yep.
You cut that out.
We appreciate you guys tuning back in. We are gonna try to be more consistent with our channel. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. We catch you guys in the next one. Peace.